Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel sifunde incwadi ebhalwe ngolimi lwesiZulu bese sizala sizokhuluma ngazo le incwadi esuke siyifundile senzela laba abasuke bengenaso isikhathi sokuthi bayifunde incwadi nalabo abanqinayo nje ukufunda. Siyaphinda futhi sibuka ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese sizala sizokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama-reviews or ama-recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma nga-any other issues avukayo uma ngabe lama shows sesiwabukile kwi-TV. Uma ngabe okokuqala ujoyina namhlanje and you really like our content, do not forget to press the subscribe button la ngezansi bese uphinde upressa i-notification bell eduze kuka-subscribe ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sese ufakile. Kanjalo uma ufuna ukuba remember, there's a join button, there's also a thanks button la ngezansi if ufuna ukubonga i-channel ngemali and noma ke ufuna ukubuka nje ama-adverts siyak-appreciate kakhulu lokho. Guys, there is a story that is going around Sika Faith Nketsi no myeni wakhe. Apparently there are rumors. I will say it's rumors because I don't think that it's confirmed. Zoguti, they are broke. I remember back then, you guys, when she first got married to Faith Nketsi, and I was like, oh, Faith, it's such a blingani lena, you know, because am I the only one who feels like that? He looks like a young boy, you know. And he gives ama vibes ka mama ngicela million. You know, mama ngicela million. He gives those vibes. He gives ama vibes ka uyohlala ungaphansi kwami no mama. One uzohlala ungaphansi kwami no mama. He gives those vibes. I was like, is she sure that this boy made this money himself? It's not the family money, you know. He's not having a mother behind, you know, throwing a million here and there, you know. But then I was like, and they were like, no, he's successful, what's tracking business, what's tenders, what's, and I was like, oh, okay, angazi lutho ngama celebrate, let me tool. Let me tool. But he just looked young and just innocent and naive to me to be getting married to Faith, if you know what I mean. But anyway, yeah, I guess we thought everything was going well, and for some time they managed to stay off the internet. Nobody was saying anything about them until now, okay, when she announced the birth of their baby. Congratulations to them. And for me, it was suspect when the rumors started coming out about them being moved to a public hospital and all of that, because at the same time, I think there is a new season. I don't watch a show, but I think there is a new season, show yake, going on right now, that is in season right now. So it felt to me that it might possibly be just them trying to promote the show. They want to get people to get back into talking about them, because for the longest time people just didn't care what they were up to, you know. So the announcement of the baby and then the whole scandal happening for me was suspect, because I was like, this might not be true. This might be the story that is planted so that people start talking about this couple, and then maybe we go and watch the show because we're going to be curious. Now people are talking about the house that is on they see on the show and all of that, you know. So it's working for them when it comes to the show. So that's why I was suspicious in saying it might not be true, you guys. When it came to that issue of them moving to a public hospital, guys, listen, if you use hospitals a lot, you will know that there's nothing wrong there. There's really good public hospitals in South Africa, and a lot of the best resources in South Africa are in public hospitals. It's just that private hospitals are nicer. The people there treat you better, you know, but sometimes it's just better to go to a public hospital. So on an average person, Jenna or Untando Jenna, I use both private. I have medical aid, but I use private. There's just things I prefer to go to. It doesn't make sense for me to pay for certain things when I can go to the public hospital and get those things for free, because after all, I am a taxpayer too. So an average person, Jenna, making that decision to say, you know what, for me, it's best to take my baby from this hospital to this hospital, it would totally just not be a big deal for me, you know. But this being Faith Nketsi, guys, I think they know that if that happens, provided the story is true that they were moved from the private hospital to the public hospital. This is Faith Nketsi, guys. She's gonna do everything she can to stay in a private hospital, and also it's that family. Apparently it's a rich family that is known and all of that. I do not think that if they had money, if they could afford to keep them in the private hospital, they wouldn't have. So for me, it's suspicious. It might be an indication. Had it been just an average person that made that decision, I would have been, yeah, and it makes sense. I mean, you want to save money or whatever. Private hospitals are too expensive. Take your baby to that. But since it's them, guys, it is suspicious. It might be an indication. Yes, the hospital that they've moved to is the best hospital, but I do not think, personally, I do not think that they would have made that decision had it not been for the fact that they can no longer afford to pay in that hospital. It's like somebody wrote in the comment section, Kasim's right, when she did the video, and they said that the family husband, they are as rich as Umamkhize. And I was like, if they were as rich as Umamkhize, they would be phoning doctors from Cuba to come specifically to treat them. Do you know how they treated a case? The leg was in pieces. They put it back together. Umamkhize paid for the leg to be put back together. Something that has never been done in South Africa was done for Sibahle Mpisane. That's how much money they have. I think that these people would have done the same if they really had the money that people are saying that they have. So for me personally, the whole thing is suspicious. If they're as rich as Umamkhize, it just wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense that they ended up having to go to a public hospital, even though I do trust that their baby is still in good hands, because they do have really good doctors in public hospitals. Now, you guys, because this story broke on social media more than anything, sometimes you want to check if really like the publications outside of social media are talking about this story and what they're saying about it, because I think the journalists of the other publications that are outside of social media are more careful about the stories that they published in their publications. They're gonna want a little bit of proof before they publish a story. So I wanted to see, are they talking about this story and what are they using as their source? Because if they use social media as their source, then it means that we're getting the same thing that we're getting on social media. We still do not have the truth as to whether it's really happening, that they really are broke. Anyway, the story that I could find is on The Citizen. I think it was published on the 22nd, which was yesterday. By Sindisiwe Mpele. Sindisiwe Mpele is a lifestyle journalist, and it says social media react to Faith Nketsi's husband reportedly being broke. I think just that initial that title worries me, because it sounds like Sindisiwe is writing for The Citizen, but she is writing about what is being said on social media. So it looks like even for her, the source is social media. But let's read and see if she says anything else that she did not get from social media. And she says, Faith Nketsi hasn't addressed the reports that her husband, businessman Zuzo Njilo, allegedly owes debt collectors nearly 1 million, and there's a beautiful picture of them with that face, that innocent face, Kamama Nkoli million. More reports have surfaced claiming that the reality TV star and content creator Faith Nketsi' husband Zuzo Njilo is having money troubles. Guys, kumnandi ungabe celebrity. The way I have money troubles, I have so many money troubles that people are not talking. How come people are not talking about my money troubles? Hey, yes, if you had to talk about my money troubles, the content that you guys will have, my money troubles. But I'm the only one. Even people in this house don't know that I have money troubles. Can you believe it? They are eating, thinking, hey, next week, hey, the money troubles. So the couple welcomed their first child last week, a son named Sky Njilo. The news came as a surprise after Nketsi, is it Nketsi? Not Nketsi. Oh, mina ngithi Nketsi. It's Nketsi. Denied the pregnancy for months. Nketsi and Njilo had a traditional wedding in April when the pregnancy rumors swirled. Faith's husband is the son of the former mayor of Msunduzi municipality. I want to make a former mayor, then you think tenders and you think corruption sometimes, yeah. The City Press reported. So the Citizen is referencing the City Press, which means also City Press has reported on the story. Reported that Nduzo Njilo pleaded poverty after debt collector. Listen, guys, everybody, if a debt collector calls you, says, listen, I'm a very, 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 very poor. Nobody ever says to the debt collector, listen, I have lots and lots of money. I will pay when I get some time. But the money say, no, you say, no, I'm so poor. You know how far my payday is. Yes, call me after payday. You always plead poverty. I don't think that you would tell the debt collectors that you have lots and lots of money. It just wouldn't make sense. So then it says, the publication claims, this is what the City Press claims. The publication claims the young businessman owes nearly 1 million. 1 million to rich people, it's nothing, because you can just say, Mama ngcela million. Debt collectors are attempted to collect furniture at his home to repay outstanding amount. I'm sure they will just take one couch and that amount will be covered. If you're a millionaire, the couch is $1 million. Is worth $1 million probably. The debt collectors arrived after Bazooka Attorneys was granted a high court order on the July 29 to attach Njilo's removable properties and auction them off. The money would be used to repay over 900,000 debts he reportedly owes to Lund Industries. Lund Industries were allegedly defrauded by Njilo in March after purchasing copper concentrate that he never delivered. I guess that this has something to do with his business. And City Press referenced source who claimed the sheriff only managed to recover household removable goods worth 350,000, which included beds, fridge, couches, television sets, and microwaves. So here's the thing, guys. The fact that City Press is referencing a certain source, because listen, when it comes to this publication, they're not careless because they do not want to be sued. And if somebody is their source, they've probably signed something to indicate that that information, according to them, is true. So it's making me want to believe that this story might actually be true. It included beds, a fridge, couches, television sets, and microwave. Jiro and Gates' relationship became public knowledge after he gifted her a Land Rover to mark her anniversary. However, this car wasn't bought. It was revealed that their Land Rover and Mercedes-Benz are not owned by them, but were rented from... What is this thing of guys giving girls cars that are rented? How are you going to give me a rented gift? Just take me out to KFC. Just take me out to KFC and pay for my streetwise too in cash, and I can see you paying for the cash, because these cars, I do not trust them. The debt collector told the other one bought the lady a car, and then the lady is paying for the car, but it was a gift. So how is that now? The debt collector told Daily Press they were disappointed with how much they managed to recover, and alleged Njilo had been avoiding them. He's probably taken his stuff to some other location. That's why they can't find it. She claimed she was swindled and abused by her ex-boyfriend, Piwe Mpanga. Mushesh claimed a car she thought Mapanga bought her, a Range Rover, was placed under her name. Okay. Now they're talking about something else. Social media user quickly reacted. To Nketsi Land Rover situation to... Oh, yes. Now they're talking about Monewa. I didn't do anything on Monewa because I don't even know who Monewa is. I have to go first understand who she is to understand the story. But that's the one that was bought a car but ended up she ended up being the one that paid for the car. That's what I'm saying, guys. If a guy gives you a car, check those papers. Who's going to pay for this car? Because I did not plan to be buying a car right now, and I'm not paying no car installments. I don't know how that happens. Anyway, guys, because the City Press and the Citizen are reporting on this story, I am tempted to believe that it's true. We might not have all of the details, you guys. These are business people. Maybe it's a strategy. They wanna be liquidated or something, because maybe they're avoiding paying a certain debt. You can never really know. It's just that they couldn't avoid the story going to the press. We will never know. But I am tempted to believe that some of it is true because it's on here, guys. The thing about just saying I'm looking for a rich man to marry, and then you find a rich man already rich, you still need to check those bank accounts, guys, because I can't sit here and say you can't say you want to marry a rich man. If you want a rich man, you want a rich man. But if you find that rich man already rich, like, check the bank accounts, check the business papers, just confirm that he's really rich before you marry him, because now it's both of you. Now you are married, now he's in debt, now he has to pay now you're moving to a public, because now just find out. Even if you get a private investigator to do it for you, just ask him for 100,000, because Velangit is rich. Ask him for 100,000, pay the private investigator, so that the private investigator can investigate for you if this person is really rich, before you go and say I do. Because you're gonna marry this person and find out that he is as broke as the Checkers guy that you guys are always talking about, that you will never marry the guy working at Checkers. I guess you guys always say that. Then you're going to marry this guy and find out that this is exactly, in fact, the Checkers guy has his Edgar's account paid, and this one has not paid his account. You see now. Just hire a private investigator, confirm it before you go and say I do, and sign a prenup that says, listen, if I ever find out that you are not as rich as you told me that you were rich, I am out of here, and I am not taking half of your debts. But yeah, guys, it's unfortunate, especially because they just had a baby, but we hope it's not true, but it looks like it might be true. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers.